Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of our own show, Internet Marketers Talk Show. And I have been busy quite for quite some time, and today, it's a long pending interview with our guest, and so today we'll talk about how you can build the authority in the online world very fast and even without going online. So I'll introduce you with my friend and today's guest, Mr. Daniel Das, and who is an online entrepreneur, and he will be sharing valuable information about how you can build the authority. So let's welcome Daniel. Hey,
Hey,
Daniel. Thank you
hi,
so much.
Mohan.
Welcome to my show.
Thank you, Mohan. Really appreciate you for having me here. It's such an honor, and yeah, I'm really excited to share value with you and your audience today.
Yeah, in fact, I would say thanks to you because it was long pending, and thanks for giving me time today. So let's start with your. You can if you can share some information about yourself. How did you land in this online world, and what was your motivation, and how was your journey so far?
Sure, definitely. So yeah, it all actually started off in the year 2019, early 2019, at the end of 2018. I was working in a recruitment agency in Singapore. I was actually working as a sales specialist, so I was actually able to recruit people from all around the world, like places like from India, from Pakistan, from China, from Malaysia, and so on. So at that point of time, things was going quite well. I was earning like a five-figure job. But then again, when it came to the pandemic, right, everyone knows this. And the pandemic happened in my country because I'm a Malaysian, but I was working in Singapore. But the lockdown happened between Malaysia and Singapore it was on March the 18th, 2020. And that day, when that day happened, right, it was actually 4 days after I got married. And it was such a shock. It was such a tragedy, I'll say, because I just got married, right? I'm supporting my wife, and then I was trying to figure out things online. I did like nearly over like 30 over business tries, and right now, if I calculated it right, I did about 40 tries of different businesses like MLM. I did like drop shipping. I did e-commerce. I did you can name it, a lot of stuff. Like in the e-commerce alone, I did like different kinds of product. I did like pet products. I did gadgets. I did makeup products. You can ask my wife about it. So I tried so many different things, but I had a little bit of success in some, but mostly I failed. And so I didn't understand like how the whole online system worked. And some lo and behold, I actually crossed a path with this awesome entrepreneur and a top entrepreneur, which is actually Peng Jun. He's from Malaysia as well. And so he was actually the first guy that I bought from, where I really got serious into learning about the whole online marketing and the whole sales funnels thing, right? And so that actually brought me to where to understand about click funnels, and then understand about Russell Brunson and on his mission and what he's doing. And I got into the OFA, and at that point it was still the OFA 1.0. It wasn't the 2.0 yet. So it really got me like in the momentum of like, how do I start my own online business and how do I figure things out? And through that period of time, Russell Brunson actually had this quote, and this quote really remains in my mind till today. He said this thing: we are all called to serve a certain group of people. And when he said that, that really reminded me when I was working in the recruitment agency as a sales specialist. And at that point of time, I was able to lead a team in the agency. And when I was leading that team, somehow when I was teaching them about the frameworks of how I do cold calls, of how I talk to my clients and how I close sales and all, and when I see them succeeded with what I've taught them, that gave me a sense of fulfillment rather than me just going and earning commissions or closing sale. That
Right.
gave me just a little bit of happiness. I mean, of course I was happy to earn my own commissions, but the more fulfillment part was teaching people how to do it, right? Seeing them succeed with my frameworks. And so that really got me started on this whole momentum of where I wanted to serve people. And but then again, there was a roadblock. on like how do I do this, right? How do I start, right? People
Yes.
don't know who I am online and all these things, right? And so, reading .com secrets and going through the OFA, Russell Brunson mentioned this: if you publish 365 days every day, right? If you publish it for a year, and you will definitely see something change. But then again, at that point of time, I started doing it, but I lost that momentum because I'm a married man, and at that point of time when I got into the OFA, my son was just about to come into this world,
Right.
and
Understood.
just imagine the amount of pressure, the amount of stress that I went through. Right, my son, I just got married, my son is coming, and I was like, how do I handle all this? And I don't have time to publish online that much. And so,
Mhm.
reading back the story about being a reporter really got me to start
Right.
off like, hey, why don't I start interviewing people? And so when I look back at top entrepreneurs, and I study like Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, and a lot of other books that I've seen, they are actually, like 30 Days by Russell Brunson. He actually interviewed 30 people, 30 entrepreneurs in the space of, what would they do if they lost everything, right? And only have a ClickFunnels account and a laptop
Mhm.
and internet
Yes. Yes.
connection, right? And
Yes.
that book, when he mentioned, he only wrote the first page of the book. The rest of the book is all by the 30 people who he interviewed,
Correct.
right? And that book
Right.
is really hot. Another book by
Mhm.
Tony Robbins is Money Master the Game. That book itself, it's actually, he interviewed, if I'm not wrong, it's about 30, if I'm not wrong, it's 30 or 50 people that he interviewed in the financial field, in the financial area about money. Because Tony
Mhm.
Robbins was more on the personal development, right? But he wasn't really on the money side. So he interviewed these people and made it into a book and sold that. And that book also got into the bestseller list and stuff like that. So it really got me thinking like, hey, I should start my own interview show. And so he pushed me, to launch my first interview show, which is on 2020, 1st of December. And from that on is basically history. And yeah, I've been able to impact more lives through that journey. And so that's basically how I started. And yeah,
That's
that's
really
how it is.
amazing. You have traveled a long way. It's been more than 2 years, or almost close to
Yeah,
3 years for you in
yeah.
this online world. And your journey was really awesome, and it is really
Thank
awesome.
you.
It is going very well. So yeah, as you said, right? Like we have to have something in our hand. Like as you said, even Russell Brunson says, like if someone if something will go down someday, then you should have something which you can work on, right? And everyone learns that way. And as you said about the interview, of course, like if you don't have much, or even if you have much to share, you can have that interview show and be a reporter, and you can share the knowledge from them to the world. And by this way, you are already helping people, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So before going to our main topic today, let's talk something about let's talk about authority. In this online world, everyone is becoming an entrepreneur, online entrepreneur, and we see people are sharing information in the form of text or in the form of video.
Yep.
So if someone who is completely new, and he comes, or she comes in this online world, and he or she does the same thing, or and watching the same thing from others, so sometimes people are confused, like whether I am an authority or someone is an authority. So what, as per you, what is the actual authority, when people should consider
Mm.
themselves as an authoritative person, or someone else, like if he or she is the authoritative person? So what is
That's
your view
that's
on that?
Wow, that's a very good question, actually, Mohan. And so, what I see is actually, when we started off, right? Even let's say Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, and Ding Gaziosi. Actually, these are my three, I'll say, my heroes. Of course, there are other people like Zig Ziglar and all those old school heroes as well. But when I see them, right, when they started off their journey, they all started off without authority. And so that there is a pattern there. When they learn from experts in their field that they want to go deep into, in their field that they want to master, they started building from other people's authority. And actually they
Yes.
took their frameworks from their mentors or their coaches. They took their frameworks, but somehow they took their frameworks and make it even simpler, make it even easier, and make it something like their own. And when they share it out to the world, or they share it out to their audience, that actually creates an authority of their own. even though they are using other their mentors framework. And so that's what I feel, especially when it comes to entrepreneurship. Like right now, if you ask me this guy, his name is Ryan Lewinsky. He actually created the ask method. Even Russell Brunson used it, right? How to use the ask method or the ask campaign is ask people what they want, right? Go and create. The second step is go and create what they want, and then third step is give to people what they want, right? So when I saw that method, that three-step method, I was like, hey, actually I can make it even not better, but make it even a deeper version of that method. And so when I taught that method out to my audience, they loved it. And that somehow created an authority with me. And I'm going to share it with you basically what I did. So the first three methods is ask, go and create, and give it to your audience, right? And what I added is step 4 and step 5. After you have given it to your audience, ask for the feedback of your audience. Ask them what do
Exactly.
they like to improve it, what do they feel is not good, what do they don't understand in that the thing that I'm teaching, in that framework that I'm showing, or in that program that I'm doing, right? And from there, take it back, work on it one more time, and then give them the final offer, give them that final product. And from there you will get a perfect product or a perfect offer. So that's
Right.
something that I did, getting people's framework, but making it even better, or making it even more attractive, or even more improved, I'll say, and turn it into an opportunity for people to use it. And that also creates an authority for you. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, of course, and you said I mean, I also can understand that thing, that taking feedback and taking it positively. It is very important, because sometimes when we are doing something, we are presenting something, we are in the conception that we are 100% right, we are giving our 100%, but we sometimes we misses that point of the audience, like what actually they want
Mm,
and how they want to perceive it, right? So
exactly.
it is very much important to take the feedback and take it constructively and work on that and again redeliver it. So it
Exactly.
makes sense to me and to my
Yeah, that's
audience as
awesome.
well.
Yeah.
So now coming to our main topic, like everyone has different skill. Some people are good in writing and some people are good in delivering online or live. But still there are, majority of the people who are, somehow not comfortable in coming online every day. Like, of course, like once or twice they can come online and they can deliver, but sometimes it is very difficult to come online every day. But nowadays there is a trend, people are following, like they are coming online more frequently, or some. What would you say to those people who are not comfortable coming online every day and sharing knowledge? So how they can build the authority in this online world and how they can do it very fast?
Yeah, so this is one from the story that I shared, my backstory. One thing that I do not have was time when I started off. And so how did I build authority is actually through or by having an interview show. Because when you have an interview show, you not only build authority, you build trust, you build credibility with your audience, and also with your guests as well. Because when the more guests that you interview, or the more experts that you interview in your show, you're actually leveraging your voice on the expert's voice, right? For example, when you Mohan, when you interview experts that are even higher level than me, right, the next level
Yes.
entrepreneurs, your authority automatically goes up. This is one quote that Russell Brunson actually mentioned as well. It's actually from a movie. And that movie actually is basically, that quote is, when you hang out with the cool kids, you will become cool, right? Because you're hanging out with them. And it's very true in life as well. When you hang out with the wrong company, you will go and do the wrong habits, you will learn the wrong habits, and you do the wrong thing. But when you hang out with the right company, when you hang out with the right people, you will have the right mindset, you will have the right habits to go further. And so that's where an interview show really helps a person in the personal life and also in business, right? And that builds authority, that builds trust. Because when you interview these experts, people will see like, hey, Mohan, you're interviewing this guy, two combo club winner, or this six-figure earner, and wow, that's really awesome, right? And your authority, your trust level goes up. And from there on, your credibility, because you have built that reputation, right, with your audience and with the people around that are watching. And so that's where I really believe an interview show can really help someone and in their entrepreneurship journey.
Yeah, that's really true, and even I have read the line. I really can relate with that. Like you are average of five people you spend time with, right? And
Exactly,
I have
exactly.
and guys, I want to tell you that I have subscribed to his channel. His channel is Voice Warriors. So if you can go to his YouTube channel and you can see amazing interview. And I
Thank you.
remember, like, I mean, I have seen like you have done hundreds of interviews, and you have done interviews with like big names in this industry like Myron Golden and that Jim Edwards. So
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that interview. I have watched in YouTube. And guys, if you have time, please go and watch his channel and subscribe to it.
thank you.
I just want to know that as you have done so many interviews and with the big names as well. So what were some common characteristic or qualities of them, like who helped you a lot in your own like own journey?
Wow. Who helped me a lot is, I mean, to be honest, every one of them had their own different perspective on an entrepreneurship journey, right? And the best part about having an interview show is at the end of the interview show, some of them you get time. Some of them, of course, they had to rush to another interview show or they had to rush to do their thing. But those that you have time to just speak with them for an extra 5 minutes, that was golden opportunity where you can just ask your question. And most of them, when I ask them some question or in an interview show, and I ask the question about their final thoughts about what they say, and the strongest pattern that I see a lot of them share is we have to start. Right, a lot of us are taken back by the imperfect action that we are going to take, but and then we are so worried about whether is it okay for me to do this, or is it all right what people think about how am I doing, will it be the right words to say, will it be the right way to do things. But that stops us from building momentum. So the only way that I feel to succeed in the entrepreneurship journey is to start. If you don't start, you'll never know what the outcome is. And when you don't know what the outcome is, you are not able to improve. You're not able to become better. And that is going to hold you back a lot in your entrepreneurship journey. So yeah, that's one thing that I learned from all these experts.
Yes, yes, that's true. Because many times we think like we will wait for the perfect time, and we procrastinate and
Exactly.
we never start, and we regret later.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's good that we should start. We should take imperfect action, and one day you will become a champion of that thing. And we
So
have
true.
seen
So
that in
true.
real life. There are, I mean, many examples of for people who has got successful after trying like imperfect actions. They became perfect. So guys, if you have any questions from Daniel or from me, you can ask in the chat box, and we will cover that question. So Daniel, what do you suggest? Like, what do you see now? Like, online world is also changing very drastically, and many entrepreneurs coming every day. So, what do you see in this market? Like, what people are what mistakes they are doing? Like, especially the new ones or beginners who are coming in this online world. What mistakes they are doing, as per you?
What mistakes is that what I notice is actually, when especially in the online world, a lot of them, I will say that one simple, or I'll say one common mistake is people are, or entrepreneurs are failing to model those that are successful, right? And that sometimes, I say it to myself as well. Sometimes when I do things, and when I just thought that, oh, this is going to be a good one, but actually it's not going to be a good one because I didn't follow those that are already successful with what they are doing, right? And sometimes because we think that, wow, this I think people will like this, but we haven't even asked people whether do they like it, and then we just go and create it. And that's something that is so important, in the marketplace, in the entrepreneurship journey. We have to ask people first whether, even like my masterclass, the first time when I launched my masterclass, this is a pattern that I learned from as well. I asked my first student, and my first student is actually Nilesh Jain, and he was the first one I approached and asked him, like, hey Nilesh, if I created a masterclass on how to launch your interview show, would you be interested? I asked him that. And the price is a very low amount at the point of time. And then right now, the price is actually at 197. But I'm doing that. But back to this is, you have to ask because if you don't ask, you never know. And that's something that I've learned through this entrepreneurship journey. And a lot of entrepreneurs, especially myself, when I started, I made that mistake. And I encourage every entrepreneur that's listening today, or if you're planning to start this entrepreneurship journey, it's always ask and also model those that are successful, and that will definitely help you.
Right, definitely. Yeah, you talked about Nilesh, and he's a very good friend of mine as well. And I know, like everyone
Yeah,
knows, like what he's doing nowadays, in especially using his interview shows. He has, invited, five figures, six figures, and entrepreneurs in
yeah,
his show,
eight
and he's
figures.
doing great in his
Yeah.
field. And he always talks about you, and he always mentions you whenever he talks about this
Thank you.
interview show. So yeah,
Nilesh, what's
it
up?
is really.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Okay, so now, suppose someone is completely new. He or she comes in this online world with the
Mhm.
intention to become a coach, or maybe to build authority in the market. What should be the two or three steps he or she should start with?
If someone's coming new into the entrepreneurship journey, yeah, I will actually come back to this where I shared it earlier on as well. The best way, even if someone doesn't have an offer, right, you don't know what to sell in the market. Of course, affiliate marketing will be one best way to start your online journey. But if let's say you really do not have an affiliate marketing offer, right, the first thing that will help you build authority or will help you build trust and credibility is truly by starting an interview show. And because you know why? By launching an interview show, by interviewing experts, you will actually learn how to discover your voice. You will learn on from experts on what they are doing then, and then from there you are able to actually analyze, or you're able to actually evaluate all the things that they are saying, and from there you are able to pick and see which of the things are working and which are the things are not working, what are the mistakes they have made and you should avoid. And from there on you're able to calculate and see, like, hey, I think I have a bit of passion in affiliate marketing. Oh wait, I have a bit of passion in coaching, right? And let me go and master it. And from there on you build and build and build to become a better entrepreneur and succeed in this market. Yeah.
Wow, that's so great. Yeah, because we learn from, we should learn from others' success as well as from others' mistake. And definitely, as you
Exactly.
said earlier, like people are not able to model correctly with other people who are successful, because in this world, system are same, and people are following the same system and they are getting successful. And there are people who are not able to follow the system. So people fail, but system definitely works in this online world.
Exactly.
So now, can you talk more about your masterclass?
Sure.
Like more information about your masterclass.
Yeah, sure. So the masterclass is going to be happening on the May 18th, 19th, and 20th. It's going to start at 11 a.m. EST. And so in the whole 3 days of it's going to be 3 days and 1 hour each day, hopefully,
Mhm.
because I when I share something, I always over deliver. I don't like to give like a 50%.
That's
I
great.
always give my full 100%. So I might go a little bit over than 1 hour, but it's definitely valuable. And so in day one is all about mindset positioning, because at the end of the day, if your mindset is wrong, you are going to fail, right? So mindset positioning is so important. Confidence on camera, building and overcoming that fear of camera, building that confidence is all in the day one. So just to get you prepared before launching an interview show. So in day two, we'll go into the whole launch process of the interview show, the 7 important keys that you need to have in an interview show to make it successful and to make it really smooth and running. And then the final day, third day, we'll have the show overview system, is where we have a 10,000 foot view of the whole show, of how what happens before, during, and after the show, so that you are prepared. And also we'll be throwing in some bonus there on how what it's my normal habit, even before the the show starts, right? What do I do? And all those small little details will be shared there. And not only that, this is going to be super exciting. There will be a 2 Comma Club Award winner, Doug Boughton. He's also a 2 times Dream Car Award winner. He'll be one of a special guests that will be appearing and
Great.
sharing awesome value there. And we do have another special 6 figure guest that's coming in the masterclass. So just imagine,
Wow.
this is for free, and it's going to be for the last time for free, because the next time when I'm going to do this masterclass is going to be paid, definitely, because I can't do this kind of thing for free when I have a 2 Comma Club actually. But reason why is I just want to serve you guys. I want to help you guys with an interview show and in your entrepreneurship journey. So this is the one last time that I'm doing this masterclass for free. Yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting and very exciting. So, guys, please, I will put the link in the comments, and please go and join this masterclass. It's completely for free, and it is, with a good intention from Daniel, and he will be sharing knowledge about his experience and even the experiences of big names, like he said. Please join the masterclass. And with this, like Daniel, I would like to say, like, the in last closing words for this interview. I would like to ask.
Yeah, so I mean, last closing words. This is something that I really strongly believe in. These three words, actually, or I'll say, it's three phrases in life and in business. Whatever we do, we always have to believe, stay focused, and don't ever give up. Because when you have all these three, whatever you do, whatever you pursue in life, you will definitely succeed. So always remember, believe in what you're doing, stay focused in what you're doing, and don't ever give up. Yeah, that will be what
Wow.
I want to leave you
So
guys with.
that's so amazing, so amazing. So, guys, it was Daniel, and I hope you have got good knowledge and a lot of his experience, and you will definitely cultivate that in your own career. So, Daniel, once again, thank you so much for your time,
Thank
and
you.
I'll see you later. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
guys. Thank
Thanks,
you so much,
everyone.
man.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
joining. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.